Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the reunion part 2. Let's get into it. Well, Shereé is out here confessing that, you know what, I don't have to fight, Kim's battles. I don't have to fight your battle, NeNe. Like, I ain't fighting nobody battles. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. If you got a problem with her, address it with her. It's not my business. Well, too bad, Shereé, that you wasn't on the right team, because if you was on the right team, you'd probably still be on the show. Because you see, Portia was kind of running around with Kim and Shereé, and then she quickly realized the right team was NeNe team and the rest of the girls, even though she didn't get along, even though she hasn't got along with, Candy or Kenya. But you know what? She knew what team she knew not to be on the wrong team, and she damn sure wasn't. So anyway, Shereé was on the wrong team. Hopefully Tardy to the Party will have Shereé premiere on that show. Did you see Croy? He didn't even want to hug Shereé. He was not trying to hug no black woman. It is what it is. So anyways, Shereé was like, I'm the bone collector, and that's what I am, and I collect the bone and do what I want to do, when I want to do, and how I want to do. You can't tell me how to collect the bone. So then we get Eva. Eva's getting ready to have a baby. She's going through contractions, and actually Eva had a healthy baby boy, and Dr. Jackie delivered the baby. So hey. So anyways, we see, Andy, asks, Marlo, why was you chasing, Portia around the Halloween party? And Portia was like, well, I told her she's gonna get a workout. I hope she's been to the gym, because she could chase me all she wants. And then that's when, what's her name, Marlo was like, you haven't been to no gym. She should have said you've been to the doctor and got them done. You got it sucked out of you. But anyways, Portia looks good. It is what it is. But Marlo was chasing it because Marlo wanted to really hit Portia. Marlo wanted to hit Portia at that party. She had stopped herself. I even got in my playlist on the Real Housewife when she kind of like stopped herself from doing it, because she balled her hands up like that because she really wanted to hit Portia. And that's when NeNe called out to Marlo, because Marlo only listens to NeNe. I was like, oh shit. So anyways, so basically, Marlo feels like, maybe they can make up, maybe it could be something or whatever. It went too far. It got real petty for both of them or whatever. And it is what it is. So Portia says she wanted to take me out of my character because she's toxic to me. So basically, Portia's using the big word. She was like, she wants to take me out of my character because she's toxic to me. You know what? You only can allow somebody to take you out your character, Portia. But it is what it is. And Marlo was like, well, her mat is really still too small. You know what I mean? Her mat's still too small. But then that's when Cynthia jumped in. It wasn't only that. It's because you wanted her to, you asked her about, Kim and the situation with Kim, and not, her not addressing Kim and saying something to Kim about, the Roach Gate and all this other stuff. So that's why she really got upset, and that's why I got heated or whatever. So it is what it is with that situation. And so then there was a question asked, to Portia. Was like, Portia, like the way that you was waving around that fan or whatever, ain't that the same way that you was waving around that scepter? Not that you was waving, that you didn't like when Kenya was waving that scepter around in your face or whatever. Basically, isn't that kind of like similarities? The same thing basically Andy was saying. And she was like, well, you know what, it is what it is. It was just a fan. It was just a doggone fan. And she goes, I could care less or whatever. And so then that's when Kenya, being the police on how you say things, she goes, it's Kenya enter, goes, I could not care less. Something like that. I could not care less. I could not care less. Kenya, and then she starts to laugh or whatever, because Portia, her little sayings, whatever, are kind of messed up or whatever. So it is what it is with that situation. And so then so then Andy was like, you holding that scepter in her face, isn't it just like the same thing? So she was like, I don't care. So basically, there was some messy questions going on. I was like, damn. I was like, oh shit. So, basically Portia's over it with, Marlo, and Marlo's over it with Portia basically at this time and point. And then, so basically they asked, you know, there was a question towards Malo, like, you know, what, you know, your behavior and what about your criminal past and things like that. And so Malo was like, yo, listen, this shit happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago. And, you know, I paid, you know, I paid the price for it. You know, I was on home confinement. I was on this, I was on that, blase and the third. And then Kenya was like, you're slashing somebody's face. You paid your time. I never slashed somebody's face before, basically. Kenya was jumping all in, and she was like, you slashed somebody's face. Like, basically, don't try to throw this under the rug. But it's like, damn, Malo already paid for the crime or whatever. She did her time. And, you know, sometimes, you know, people do make mistakes. Kenya was like, slashing somebody's face ain't no mistake. And so Malo was like, I was really young, you know, I have changed, I'm a good person now. And basically, you know, I was only had 2 to 3 charges. Basically, I didn't have a whole bunch of charges or anything like that. I just had, you know, I was violated. And how I violated, let me give you an example. You know, I was on home confinement. I'll be down at the club and somebody would be calling my PO, like Kenya will be calling and saying, hey, I see Malo at the club. I'll be at Freaknik in Atlanta. And Kenya would be the person saying, hey, Malo's at Freaknik when she's supposed to be on house arrest. And she was like, if you Google Kenya, everything comes down as hate, and basically that that Kenya be running the business or whatever. And so all the ladies are laughing or whatever, blase and a third. So it is what it is. And so then we talk about the love and light ceremony. Basically, you know, the situation between, you know, NeNe and, you know, Portia. And Portia was like, I couldn't believe NeNe said something nice about me, because everything that comes out of everybody's mouth is all negative and reckless. It's not really like people got my back. So I was so happy that she did have my back, and it made me think that I can have hope with NeNe and hope with the other ladies. I doubt it, but maybe they might be on to something. So it is what it is. So basically they asked Portia, like, how come you just didn't, you know, when NeNe gave you the advice to just sit down and talk to everybody and explain to them at the Halloween party and just apologize again, and, you know, so Portia felt like, nah, it wouldn't have been a good thing to do that, because I don't know, so already said sorry over and over and over, and it's been used against me over and over. And basically she's talking about everybody used what she said about, you know, Candy, the silver bullet. And so Cynthia was like, yeah, it is a silver bullet. And so then Portia addressed it, was like, yo, Cynthia, you threw the silver bullet at me, basically. You know, it's like every time you turn around, oh, you know, Portia did this. Oh yeah, did you hear what Portia said about, you know, Candy? Oh, Portia went to the bathroom. Did you hear what she said about Candy? So basically, you know, and also, you know, Portia threw it back up in, you know, Cynthia's face, like, yo, you came at me. I apologized to you. I told you how sorry I felt about everything and all this other stuff. And then we get into this Will situation. We're in Barcelona at the airport and in the hotel. And basically you throw me under the bus and said, well, I'm not going to believe nothing you say. I barely even know you. And you have a bad track record. You know, what you said about Candy, and then what you said about, you know, Peter. And so it is what it is with that situation. But, you know, Cynthia threw that silver bullet at Portia because she didn't want to hear what Portia had to say, because it was negative, and Cynthia wanted to be with Will. And we find out that Cynthia and Will are put on hold, like they're taking a break or whatever, and she's dating somebody else that is dark skin. And Andy was like, oh, we know you like dark skin, man. I was like, shit, Andy, you going there? Andy swears he's black when he's doing these reviews, when he's doing the reunions with Atlanta Housewife. He just fits right into the characters on there. So anyways, it is what it is. And so NeNe was like, yeah, she liked dark meat and this and that, you know. Will was too pretty, that or whatever, I don't know. So I guess Will was a faker, a pro faker. Will was out here playing Cynthia for some airtime, some camera time. He wanted some time of her time on camera. I have no idea. So anyways, oh yeah, I don't think he was sincere to her at all, period. He lied to her right on camera. You can go back and watch his lies. And Cynthia was very defensive. She was very defensive with Eva. She was very defensive with anybody say anything about Will, even when when Candy said, like, I've seen him on TV shows and blase and the third, she wasn't rude and disrespectful to Candy. She just took it and was just like, So it is what it is. And so basically Portia was like, no, I didn't want to apologize, because every time you turn around, people will use that silver bullet that I said this about Candy. And so it was like, how many times I'm going to say sorry? I said sorry to so many people, you know, and I said sorry and I apologized and all this other stuff. So basically it is what it is with that situation. And so then Portia was like, you know, Cynthia, you pulled that silver bullet on me. It's like, you know, tomato. And so then that's when, you know, Cynthia corrects Portia and say it's patata. And so everybody's just laughing. They're just cracking jokes on Portia. It's like they making Portia look dumb. And and then so and so Portia was like, oh yeah, that's how it said. Oh, that's what it meant or whatever. They just making like the Underground Railroad. They're not like, they just keep getting all these slogans from Portia. Poor Portia. Portia need a friend, boy. But you know, it seems like the ladies are coming around with her. So anyways, so basically Portia basically was just saying, like, you know, Cynthia, I thought we was cool, I thought we had a better relationship or whatever, and all this other stuff, but it doesn't seem like we had that. It seemed like we were going well, but then you started throwing digs at me when I told you about your man. And so, and basically she was like, it hurts me when you say that, you know, you barely even know me, or you're getting to know me, like we've been filming and doing this. And then that's when Cynthia said, I barely even know Andy. I only see him once a year at these reunions. And Anthony was like, woo, damn, Jesus, oh Lord, okay. But she was being real. How does she really know Andy? She only sees him when she's on watch What's Live and then the reunion. So how does she really, and it's probably real quick, you know, that they filming it on their way. So how does she really know him or whatever? So basically, but she should know Portia a little bit more. But Portia got a reputation when she said the shit about Peter. So kind of Cynthia does have a point and Portia both have a point. So it is what it is. You know, sometimes, you know, you can't, if I don't even know if, you know, Portia was actually, what she was saying about Peter was actually real. It hasn't been proven, but, you know, so was she telling the truth or was she lying to throw digs just like she did at Candy when she used that secondhand information? So it is what it is. And so they asked, it is what it is with that situation. And Portia was like, I'm just not going to apologize no more. Today. So anyways, so basically Portia actually apologized and all this other stuff when it came to Candy, because another question was asked. So she basically apologized and basically trying to sound sincere. So it was almost like forcing Candy to kind of like forgive, and Candy was like, okay, we won't talk about it, we won't bring it up anymore. And so they shake on it. So it seems like it's a good situation. I don't think Candy fully forgives Portia for what she did, but I think for goodness sake and from working sake, I think Candy's just gonna leave it, because she sees how people are using that against Portia, which it doesn't really bother her, but they keep bringing up the situation over and over. So that means every time it's brought up, they both have to relive the situation. They have to relive thinking about Phaedra. They have to relive about that. So basically just dead it and put it down in the ground. So we'll see how long that lasts, and how we'll see what happens with that situation or whatever. And so then basically it is what it is. And so Kim, they call Kim a liar, and it was like, Shereé told Kim's a liar because Kim told Shereé that she looked stunning and she looked gorgeous. That was a lie. Did you see Kim's lips? Did you see Kim's face? OMG. Like, the body's all right. The stomach is way too long. Her belly button is like real long, but her face, that, like, how, like, did she not look in the mirror and see how swollen her face was? Why she make her lips that big? Like, her face was like backed up. It was like lines everywhere. It was just like, it didn't look like a real face. It looked like, potato head or something like that. Like, she didn't look real. She didn't look human with the and then the red accentuated her big lips and shit like that. She had them big lips so shiny. It was like, damn, Kim, you don't like black people, but damn, you sure damn want their attributes. You sure want the juicy big lips, but it don't look right on you, girlfriend. It looks terrible. And then you see Croy lying, talking about, don't she look beautiful? Don't she look gorgeous? Are these motherfuckers looking in the mirror? Do they have a mirror? What is going on? Like, Kim looks terrible. That's why the Wayans brother was like, we're not doing another sequel to White Chicks, and they went after Kim. I was like, oh Lord, Kim. And then she had to be all extra with a cell phone, her solo cup, her booties on with her shoes. She has to be so extra. Like, look at that. She can't even like move around her face and shit. She don't really have real facial expression. She just looks shocked all the time. I'm like, shit, come on, Kim, what happened? Your daughters didn't tell you something? Your husband didn't even look out for you? He made you come out there looking like that? I was like, damn, Kim, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did it. So she did it. It is what it is. So anyways, And it is what it is with that situation. So they asked NeNe about her situation. Greg is doing fine. Greg is okay or whatever. And basically, you know, they do the rap thing with the D challenge or whatever. So that was cool. Everything was cool with that, the D challenge. And so then So they did the D challenge, which was okay. And so then they asked, you know, Kenya a question. Kenya, are you surprised that, you know, NeNe Leakes and Marlo are friends now and they're so close? She was like, yes, I'm very surprised with what I know. And how can you get close to a snake? How can you be friends with a snake? I was like, Kenya was reading all night. She was in it to win it. I'm surprised Marlo didn't have some good comebacks. Whatever, she had the good comeback with the hating part. You know what I mean? Like type of person that would be calling her parole on her and violating her basically. So it is what it is with that situation. I was like she went there. She really went there when she said that. I was like, shit. So anyway, she was just like, and so then that's when, you know, Marlo was like, can you sit up here and you speak so well? And Kenya was like, I speak so well because of my grandmother Dorothy something. She taught me how to speak. Oh, and then, you know, that was it for Marlo. Marlo didn't have nothing else to say. I was just like, shit. And then Marlo said, I'm getting tired of this. And then that's when Kenya was like, you do look tired. Oh, I was like, oh my God. And so basically, that's when Marlo was like, every time, you know, I'm getting called a prostitute, she calls me a whore, she calls me this and that. I'm tired of that happening. I'm tired of hearing that. You know what I mean? It really hurts. It really hurts so bad. And so that's when Portia jumped in and was like, yeah, it's so horrible and so terrible when you and if I'm in an argument with somebody and they call me a prostitute, I would feel awful. And then I was like, oh no. Kenya was like, Kenya with her receipts, listen, you said that I was prostitute. You said I was laying on my back with an African with one eye or whatever, blase and the third. Then they cut to the footage. And so then, you know, Portia had to eat what she said because she did say that about, you know, Kenya. So anyways, and then Portia was like, damn, I did that. Yes, you did do that. So basically, it is what it is with that situation. I was like, shit. And then when they go for a break, you know, Kenya goes over there to Portia and says, hey, Portia, listen, you know that man ain't got that's not true about the one eye. And, you know, I never dated that man. You need to stop repeating what folks tell you. Stop repeating what you hear because it's not facts. Basically, so basically she's giving Portia some advice. Stop repeating what you hearing because it ain't facts, baby. And it's making you look bad in the long run. So it is what it is with that situation. I was like, damn, we gonna do this? And so it is what it is. And so then they asked Marlo about, like, you know, what do you do for work? She goes, I'm Simply Marlo LLC, and I have businesses. And, you know, and she was like, what businesses do you have? And she was like, well, didn't you date a billionaire named Ted Turner? She was like, no. She was like, I used to date a billionaire. He brought my house, he brought my mother's house, he brought this, he brought the car, he brought this, he brought that, and I got investments. And then, you know, Kenya was like, big pimpin', big pimpin'. So basically, it is, you know, Kenya's not gonna let it go. Kenya was like, you know, and none of that shit is bullshit. And then Andy is so shady. Andy throws in like, hey, listen, is your LLC was the Bone Carrier LLC with Shereé? She was like, no, it's not. So Andy's throwing shade too as well. And it's just like, I don't know what Marlo does. Everyone says that she's a booster. She does this, she does that. But I don't know Marlo personally, so I don't know what she does and how she gets her money. Whether she lay it on her back and give it up free, it's her business, right? But if you on this show talking smack, people gonna bring up your dirtiness. So it is what it is. So basically, it is what it is, that situation. I was just like, then we get Eva. Eva, she's on the show. So basically, she's on the show or whatever. And basically, they talk about, you know, but first, Andy had to throw some shade. And she was like, maybe we can, he said to Eva, maybe we can talk, Michael can talk to Mark Daly and basically join the show. I was like, oh, shit. Trying to get him on the show, whatever. So basically, Cynthia Cynthia's been coming on to Candy, whatever, and she brought her some shoes, but basically they're saying it's a joke or whatever, blase in the third. So anyways, then it gets to, you know, we already went over the D challenge shoes, whatever. So anyways, Eva's addressing the rumors, and she was like, yo, it was mad disrespectful for Shamia to ask me about a rumor or me having sex with this woman, especially the superstar and all this other stuff. It makes it seem bad, like it's a bad thing or whatever. Like, you know, Miss Yelly is not there to defend herself. And so then that's when Kenya jumps in, like, how is it a bad thing? Like, you're trying to say being gay or something because she actually was you with another woman. It's a bad thing and it had to be Miss Yelly. We are asked all the time who we dating or who we with. And so that's when Eva had to get it together and was like, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is for her to come out and say it like that and insinuated that it was something bad, that it was something disrespectful, like it was nasty, like, oh, it was a secret and nobody should know, basically. And she's a married woman herself. Why would she want to know what my husband want to know, what I do in bed and what we do in bed, when what we like in bed? If he heard rumors or not, like, he would be upset if he found out that I was with a woman or something like that. So basically, you know, Eva was like, I deal with the LGBT community, LGBTQ community and all this other stuff. And the way that she came on, the way she addressed it was like she was making it seem like it was something bad. It was like, whatever. I just think Shamia just wanted camera time and she wanted to throw digs at Eva because Eva's the new girl on the show or whatever. I don't think it had nothing to do about being gay or whatever. And so basically, but then they said that Shamia outed and said that Will was at the gay bar or whatever. And Cynthia was like, I don't even know why she said that. So basically, you know, it proves Eva points that she's thinking something negative about being gay. And she was like, no one should ever be outed. You know, you shouldn't out anybody or whatever, blase in the third. Well, if you are sleeping with men and women and the women or the man don't know that you're sleeping with both sexes, then in my opinion, somebody should tell, somebody should out you, because it's not fair, because you're being very deceiving. Just like if someone's cheating on your friends or whatever, either you say something or you don't say something. But especially if you don't want to, I don't think Cynthia would be willing to be in a relationship with Will if she knew that he was bisexual. I don't think that's what she wants or what she desires. She likes a man like Peter, dark skinned and good with his hands. So I don't know if that's actually true about Will, but this is what Shamia said. I don't know why Shamia going around talking, spreading people business, and they throwing her out here on the show, and she ain't here to defend herself. Portia was like, she ain't here to defend herself. So basically, it was like, you know, Shamia apologized for that. Did she apologize because she said it, or did she apologize because she lied? Or, you know, if you telling the truth, why apologize for the truth? I don't understand that. I don't get it, because it's basically in bad taste, I guess. So it is what it is with that situation. So I'm like, wow. I think I'm just like, yo, it is. So, you know, what's her name? Eva, she came on here not to play at all. She wasn't over here playing with no games or whatever. I was just like, shit, she you know, she can't be doing too much because she can actually have that baby or whatever, but it is what it is. And basically, you know, Eva set the record straight and was like, yes, you know, the man Will told me, he introduced me to his girlfriend or whatever and said that was his girlfriend. And so basically, you know, the man sat there and lied and said that he wasn't dating anybody. He told Cynthia that same night at, you know, what's her name, Candy's party, that he hasn't dated in 2 years, hasn't been with nobody in 2 years or whatever. And then he admitted later on that night that yes, he's not dating that girl now, and he wasn't dating that girl when they started to talk, when they started to mess or date or whatever. So, but basically early in the episode, Cynthia was telling, you know, Will that she wanted to fly and spread her wings and she didn't want to be in a relationship. So what's Cynthia is totally confusing. So basically, Andy was like, so when did you meet at this party thing? And when was Will with this woman? It was like June. Cynthia, when did you meet Will? In June. So basically, Eva was telling the goddamn truth, and you know, Will was playing games with her. He wasn't serious. But, you know, he wasn't honest. Like, why not just tell the truth? You're going to be on this show. You know, people are going to fact check her. He just wanted his little shine for a minute and move on. So, but basically, Cynthia and Will has took some time apart. They really ain't seeing each other right now. She's seeing somebody else. So, it is what it is. I was like, oh shit. And just like, Cynthia doesn't want to hear anybody say anything negative about Will or what Will's doing. Basically, she wants to throw a dig at them if they say something negative about Will, because she doesn't want to hear the truth, or she's embarrassed that she let this man play her, or this man was lying to her right in front of her face, and she was getting attitudes with everybody. So it made her look like, damn, you're like 52 years old, and you can't. And when you got friends telling you that this man is doing this is doing that, you don't look it up. You believe everything that he says, and you don't do your investigation to find out if it's true or not. You just, oh, he's just telling the truth, and that's it. But I guess she has moved on because she's not with him. They asked her, has she had sex with Will? And basically she said it was leading towards that way. I believe Cynthia had sex with Will. I don't know, maybe they did not have sex if Will was at the gay bar. I don't know. So it is what it is with that situation. I was just like, shit, drama filled like a mother sucker. So it is what it is. So then Eva, you know, she was like, you know, I don't know what Cynthia wants to believe. Like, she wants to live in this fairy tale. She wants to believe whatever she wants to believe, what's real, what's not real, or she's dreaming. I don't know what her wishes are, but it is what it is with her. So whatever. So anyways, so Cynthia's acting like she don't care or whatever, but then basically they pulled the covers that he was dating another woman while he was dating you at the same time, and he probably broke off with that woman because he was going to be filmed on TV, and he didn't know he was going to see Eva because it probably was a private event. So anyways, it is what it is, and so we're over that. And so Eva is leaving the stage because she's getting ready to have her baby. So now we know that Cynthia's dating somebody else. It's all good. And basically, you know, Eva was just like, you don't believe your friends, you don't believe what anybody tells you about this guy. So Cynthia had to be like, you know, I don't know. She just lost for words because, you know, she got played with the shenanigans. She got played with the shenanigans. And so basically she's just on one. Cynthia just on one. She just didn't really want to believe that, you know, this dude was really bad for her, whatever. So we get Andy. So Andy Andy is so bad. When he was like, Ken, what's up with your lips? When is the end game for them lips? He was just like, damn, them lips are big. And then it was funny when Andy said, you know, we're not gonna call each other prostitutes anymore on the show. You know what I mean? And then Kenya said, unless you really are. I was like, Kenya's just been throwing them in there. And so basically, you know, it's been 5 years since Kim has entered the stage, and she entered the stage with all the nonchalant, all the other stuff. People was just laughing at Kim and Portia. Kim, Portia, and Shereé got laughed at, and Cynthia got laughed at a little bit too as well. And they've been correcting, you know, Portia's words all night, correcting her and putting her in her place. They put Cynthia in her place too as well. Cynthia got caught up there with that Will situation. I was like, shit, Eva was not here to play with them, and Kenya wasn't playing with nobody. She was calling everybody out, but she didn't call NeNe out. She was like, she's a prostitute. I was like, So anyways, Kim comes out, and he was like, yo, look how big your lips are. Andy was like, damn, when is the end game for them lips? Like, oh my God, how big are you gonna go? I was just like, oh shit. And so basically, they was talking. So you know, Kenya goes back at it some more too. She goes, you know, when Kim comes in, it's like a dark cloud. You know, it was a dark cloud, bad energy. And I looked over there. I knew it wasn't Shereé because Shereé didn't have on that storm wig. I was like, yo, I was like, Kenya is going, and Kenya was not playing at all. I was just like, oh shit, I am too through with Kenya. Kenya was like, I look over, and then, you know, and then so Shereé's like, what? And then, you know, what's her name? Candy was like, you know, that little blonde cut off wig or whatever. So it is what it is. And so basically, you know, she's talking about, I know it wasn't a storm because, you know, Shereé doesn't have on that storm wig. I just had me dying or whatever. And so basically they're talking about, you know, Kim's lips. Andy's talking about her lips like that, and it's just as huge. And he was like, is Croy outside with the engine cranked up, ready to go, basically throwing shots at Kim already right off the gate. And so And Andy was like, wow, you're looking younger and younger. She was like, makeup. She should have said surgery or whatever. And so they was like, oh, you and NeNe across from each other. And so NeNe was like, my issue, Andy was like, you got an issue with Shereé? She was like, I don't have an issue with Shereé. My issue is sitting right here in front of me. So we see NeNe Leakes is going to go to the old NeNe Leakes. She's going to go how she used to be, how she used to get in Kim's ass, because she let Kim get away with murder, tearing up her house, throwing shit over in her house, messing up her party, coming when she ain't even invited, putting pictures up online about her parking in a handicapped parking spot, talking about the roaches in the house. Like, she got to get Kim. Kim, it should be her number one. And so basically, what's her name? NeNe is like, yo, listen, you see me at the mall, you saw me. She basically said, you said hi to me, and then all of a sudden you leave the mall, you come back, you take pictures of my car and this and that and all this other stuff, and then you come to my house and talking about, oh, I didn't see you at the mall, but I seen your car or whatever, and it was parked in a handicap. And she was like, bitch, did you see me or did you not see me, bitch? I thought you said you didn't see me. Then you said you did see me or whatever. Then Kim goes, no, I didn't do that. Somebody sent me the pictures. Like, she was like, who's gonna take their time to send you the pictures or whatever? Shereé's looking over there at Kim like, I can't help you. You lying right here. You lying on this one. So it is what it is with that situation. So Kim got caught out in her lie about not taking it. She's trying to act like she didn't take the picture, act like she didn't see NeNe. She clearly did see NeNe. She clearly saw her car, took the picture, posted online when she got the chance, when it was time for the show to air or whatever. Same thing she did with the Roach Gate or whatever. Basically, they're addressing the elephant in the room, and the table underneath them, it has elephants on it. And basically, Kim, when Kim said that she has some type of higher power or whatever, and then Kenya was like, what higher power? The devil, evilness, dirty, low down. I was like, Kenya, you are doing this, girl. Kenya read for filth tonight. She was getting everybody together except for NeNe so far. So we'll see what happens on the next segment. And so basically NeNe and Kim are going, and Kim, NeNe was like, you're dirty, you're trash, you're this, you're that, you're no good, you're rotten, you're low down, you're jealous, and all this other stuff. I was like, oh shit, they really going there. And so basically they're just letting Kim know that she ain't better than nobody, and basically only friend that she has is Shereé, and Shereé don't look like she's trying to jump in and help her at all, because Shereé knows that she done made a mistake. Kim got all the girls ganging up on her, and now Shereé's not gonna be on the show. She should have went to the winning side, just like Portia went over there to NeNe's side. She was going to be a part of that bullshit with Shereé and Kim, but she done leaned back over there to the sister side. So it is what it is with that situation. I was just like, yo, so it's gonna be crazy when NeNe calls her trash and go in and actually Cynthia calls Kim trash, because they was addressing Kim, like, why did you say what you said about Cynthia, when you said that, oh, she should just be pretty and be quiet? And plus, what about what you said about in that interview about Cynthia, like, oh, luckily she's beautiful or she wouldn't have a career. So basically, she's jealous of her that she's beautiful and she does got a career, and she ain't got to lay on her back or sleep with married men actually to be successful. Or she doesn't have to play like she's a lesbian at one point in time in her career, just like Kim did. So basically, we got Kim. She slept with a man. She slept with a married senator or mayor in her town that she grew up in. Then she slept with Big Papa. He was married. Then she pretended like she was a lesbian with this woman for one season. So she did everything to be on her back. She did all this stuff to be on her back, and she's jealous that Cynthia doesn't have to do that. She has natural beauty, and plus she has charisma, and she's able to kill a runway. So anyways, Cynthia was like, yeah, that's a backhand compliment, like, you're trash, basically. And so Andy was like, yeah, that's a backhand compliment, like, and Portia agreed to as well, like, that's basically saying that she's dumb and she's not smart or whatever. And so Kim was like, well, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, she's backtracking. She's doing a lot of backtracking. That's what Kim is doing. And so there was like, so when they said that, when Kim said she's a higher power, and Kenya said that, what, the higher power and the devil, low down his dirtiness, I was just like, oh my goodness. So anyways, NeNe is all up in Kim's face, yelling and screaming, F this, F that, you mother sucker this, you low down, you dirty, and all this other stuff. And they're trying to, you know, and I think it's Candy trying to hold NeNe back, and then, you know, Kim was like, sit down, like she's ready for her. She did all that shit. Somebody got to get her together, and the best person to get her together is NeNe, her arch enemy. So anyways, peace. I'm out. One love.